Hey, what's up guys? This is Robert, Wilson Pensacola's #1 real estate agent, and in this video, we're gonna be going over the Cantonment area. We're gonna be talking about the who, the what, the why, the when, the how, all as these questions pertain to Cantonment, Florida. All right, so number one, what and where is Cantonment? Well, Cantonment is a town that is located about 20 miles north of Pensacola and has a population of about 27,000. And as you can see on a map, Highway 29 runs all the way through Cantonment to downtown Pensacola. Now let's talk about how. How is Cantonment different from any other niche area within the general Pensacola area? Well, as I've mentioned in my other videos, the Beulah, Pace, and Milton area all kind of have that country / suburban vibe. And Cantonment is right there with them in that regard. Now, in my personal opinion, Cantonment does give off the most blue-collar type vibes out of all the areas. And I think a reason that is because two of the largest employers in our area happen to be located within Cantonment, and they're both in the manufacturing industry. Specifically, those employers are International Paper and Ascend Performance Materials, right? Both of them are kind of blue-collar companies. Whereas in Beulah, the largest employer is Navy Federal, which is definitely more of an employer of white-collar type employees. And then in Pensacola and Perdido area, there are the military bases, right? So out in Beulah, you'll definitely run into people at the Publix, dressed in more of a white-collar type uniform. And then here in Pensacola in the Perdido area, you'll definitely run into some folks in their military garbs and whatnot. And then in Cantonment, you might run into some folks just wearing their Ascend Performance Materials uniform, or folks who work over there at International Paper, you might run into them wearing, their IP uniform. Now, I'm not saying that everyone in Cantonment works at either of those two plants, but you can see how two of the largest employers in an area, if they're manufacturers, you can kind of get an idea on how that would influence the culture and kind of produce those blue-collar type vibes. And hey, real quick, just for fun, comment below if you've ever worked in a town where there was a large manufacturer and tell me what that experience was like. All right, when should you move to Cantonment? Well, you should move to Cantonment whenever you want to. And I think it was either the Pace or the Milton Explained video, I said that you should move to one of those areas when your new construction home was completed, because there was just such little inventory in that area at the time. But in Cantonment, there are plenty of new construction homes, as well as homes that were built years ago that are available for sale on the market currently. Basically, plenty of homes to choose from in Cantonment as far as new construction and non-new construction goes. Why should you move to Cantonment? Well, you should move to Cantonment for a lot of reasons. But let's check out what this user on Reddit has to say about the Cantonment area and why he thinks that someone should move to the Cantonment area. All right, so this guy says, I recently moved to Cantonment and have been liking it. It's a small rural town, so if you like that, then it'll be a good fit for you. I've met some of the friendliest people since I've lived down here as well. It only takes me about 10 minutes to drive to Pensacola, which is a much bigger town with a lot of restaurants / shopping. Okay, so the three main reasons that he mentioned were it's a rural town, so if you like that, like I mentioned earlier in the video, if you like those country vibes, you should move to Cantonment. Number two, if you like to live in a town that has southern hospitality and friendly people living in it, Cantonment would be a good fit for you as well. And then number three, it's only a short drive away from Pensacola where there are plenty of restaurants and shopping. Boom. 3 reasons why you should move to Cantonment based and coming from someone's perspective who recently moved to Cantonment only a few years ago. Okay, let's talk about who. Who should move to Cantonment? And we're going to piggyback off of some of those reasons that we gave for why someone should move to Cantonment and talk about who. Well, in my opinion, who should move to Cantonment are people who still want to be close to downtown Pensacola and the beach, but at the same time, they don't want to necessarily live in a small town out in the middle of nowhere off the side of a highway. Like I mentioned, the population of Cantonment is 27,000, so obviously it's not going to be Houston, Texas or anything like that, but 27,000, that is definitely, you know, a solid amount of people living in a given area. There's international paper and ascend in Cantonment, which those employers are going to keep the economy stirred up and money moving around. There's also quite a bit of commercial and residential development taking place in Cantonment. 3 new construction neighborhoods that I can think of off the top of my head are Pecan Valley by Adams Homes. There is Greystone Estates by D.R. Horton. And there's also Iron Rock, which has multiple builders building homes in that particular neighborhood. That being said, let's take a quick look at the Iron Rock neighborhood. Okay, so as you can see, the Iron Rock neighborhood is in a league of its own. There's only a couple other neighborhoods I can think of that stack up against Iron Rock, and those neighborhoods are Nature Trail and Yellow River Ranch out in Milton. Each of those neighborhoods that I just mentioned offer the complete package as far as neighborhood amenities go. The amenities that Iron Rock offer are community swimming pool, playground, covered outdoor clubhouse with bathhouse facilities and covered grilling and cooking areas, nature trails, 2 dog parks, event lawn, volleyball court, community garden, a basketball court with pickleball, and a relaxing fire pit area. To have all of those amenities within one particular neighborhood, that is extremely rare. And I don't think that Nature Trail and Yellow River Ranch have every single last one of those amenities, but they definitely come close. Now, of course, if Iron Rock is going to offer the elite package as far as amenities go, you can already kind of imagine what the homes are going to be like within the neighborhood. You can expect them to be really nice, right? Creme de la creme. A lot of the homes in this neighborhood are priced in the ballpark range of $450 to $550K, but you can also find homes in the $600K range, as well as some homes in the ballpark range of $350 to $400K. All right, there you go. A quick breakdown slash preview slash explainer video about the Cantonment area. Now, keep in mind that to truly know an area, you actually have to go out there, see it, touch it, and feel it. Which is why I recommend that you make a short list of areas that you're interested in, as well as a short list of homes that you're interested in within those particular areas, and then you can decide whether you could see yourself living within those neighborhoods or particular areas, right? Like you might be sitting in Ohio thinking like, I could definitely see myself living in Pace, Milton, or I really like the Cantonment area. But you make a trip here and you're like, yeah, I'm not really feeling the Milton area. I'm not saying that to say that Milton's not a good area. I'm just figuratively speaking, right? Like you might say that, and then like an area that was on your list, you might find out that you're not interested in that area. Or you might come to find out that like, hey, I didn't think that I could see myself living in Perdido, but now after having taken a trip to Pensacola, I think Perdido is my #1 favorite area, right? Like that does happen. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope that you got some value out of it. If you did, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. And if you didn't already know, we do have a Moving to Pensacola Facebook group that you should definitely join. In the Facebook group, you can ask me any question that you can think of, even the random ones that you think are silly and you're embarrassed to ask. Please ask me those questions. I love them. Definitely join the group. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.